Hello everyone, today's a good day. I just finished up modding my Yunzii KC-68, and it's time for the post-mod overview. And for me to tell you a little bit about how this board was for modding. And spoiler alert, it's pretty good. First off, I love this board. I really love it. It's become my new daily driver. This board has a great profile for me personally. It sits at a very nice angle, especially with a wrist rest, which I recommend. I struggled a bit on which keycaps I liked the most on this board. I tried the botanical, the matcha, the marshmallow, honey milk, and I wasn't really happy with any. So I had to improvise, which apparently happens a lot in the process of modding this board. I looked in my room for inspiration, and I found that I use a lot of green and white together. So I took the alphas from the mint set and the darker green from the matcha set. Threw those on the board and I got this nice custom colorway. My designer brain is hurting a little bit from the fact that the legends on the alphas are blue instead of green, but in reality, it doesn't matter, and they're close enough for me. Through my experimentation with keycap combinations, I found some good ones. Video coming on that soon. This case is quite slim, as I've mentioned before, meaning that the room for me to add foam was quite limited, so I had to get creative. I wanted to find a balance of weight and sound dampening for the case noise, and I settled on something that I haven't used before: fabric. More specifically, I found a sacrificial pair of socks. I thought the fabric would be thick enough on its own to fill it up, but not quite, so I stacked a couple layers and it worked wonderfully. I, of course, opted for my usual coins to add some weight to the board, and they're working fairly well, though I'm working on finding some more elegant solutions, short of pouring silicone in the case or buying weights. DIY is more fun. With my sound deadening and weights in place, I took to the stabilizers. They definitely needed some work. I started with the dielectric grease and my switch lube of choice. Once that was done, I tried out the Band-Aid mod. I made some custom foam inserts for the spacebar and the place between the PCB and the plate, and these mods were setting me in the right direction, but there was something still missing. I always wanted to try out the Tempest tape mod, so I decided this board was a great chance to test it out. I was actually very surprised how much of a difference it made, though I'm sure that's to be expected from such a well-documented mod. With a little extra pop from the tape mod, I found myself pretty happy with the board's sound. And I've sort of called it done here, though I still find myself tinkering with it now and then. It's pretty easy to get open. The Yunzii KC-68 is a great keyboard for modding, without a doubt. For an entry-level enthusiast, this keyboard is a holy grail. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure other people think differently. And that's about all I've got for you today. Just one last thing, the good old sound test. I've included stock footage from my previous video on this board, just so you guys can compare the stock sound versus the modded sound. Thanks for sticking around. You're the best. Have a great one.